Well, hello everybody. Today we are here to check out this amazing extension made by Pixcode developers called Responsive Tools. As the name refers, this extension exists to ease your life dealing with responsives. Let's get straight to the point. This is this extension's appearance. It has three main parts. 1, 2, 3 as obvious. First part has 4 sets of settings which we go through one by one. First one, comp. Comp is helps you modify the size of selected layer depending on the size of your composition. And the option here brings your selected layer in the middle of your composition. Let's see it in action. The numbers are the gap between your layer and the border and the composition borders. So when I select my layer, as you see here, it's selected, and check this option, set the numbers to 100 and apply. As you see, the gap between comp borders and the layer border are 100 pixels, and even if you change the letter to anything, Pixcode, you see, doesn't affect anything. Even if you change the font size doesn't change anything, and it will always remain the same, the distance and the layer size. So the second part is layer part. Layer takes your layer size and maintain it as it is. And even if you change the sentence, the word, the font style, it doesn't change the layer size. We should try it. This is the layer. I select my layer and easily apply. As you see, the effect has been appeared. Now if I change my sentence to layer size, as you see, and the font goes smaller, but the layer size doesn't change at all. Easy, huh? So target is the next part. Target tells you, give me 2 selected layers and I will make the first one obey the responsive rules of the second one. You know what I mean? And this option here brings your first selected layer in the center of the second one. Here I have 2 layers, one sentence and a rectangle. And now I select my sentence at the first layer and the shape as the second layer, and I apply. As you see, the first layer comes in the center of the target layer, which is the second layer. And now even if I change the sentence fit to the box, you see the layer size doesn't change, but the font size goes smaller. And even if you change the font style or anything, really doesn't matter, it won't disobey the rules. Last part and the easiest one is the size. With this setting you can easily give your layer a desired width or height. For example, here I will give 400 to 200. Select my layer and apply. As you see, the layer size change and it will remain as it is. Disable. First main part is done. The second part is for your anchor point. As all of you know, the anchor point is a pain for After Effects workers. So with this extension, you will be able to lock your anchor point wherever you want on your layer. For example, right now if I change the size of my sentence, as you see the anchor point remains where it is, right, but doesn't move. But here I can select my layer and lock the anchor point wherever I want to. For example, in the center of my layer, as you see the anchor point is locked here. Now if I change the size of my layer, the anchor point remains in the middle. And for example, I will change it to be here. You see the anchor point is right here. And if I change the size of my font, it doesn't matter. If I change my font style, it doesn't matter, because it will remain very. The last part, and my favorite part, is locking your layer inside your composition. I have a project here. Let's see it together first. You see the objects come in and go to their places one by one. Rendering. All right. One time. Okay. So, this part unlocks your layer, as I said, in different places of your composition. Right now, if I smallen the size of my composition, as you see, for example, like this, you see the objects move out of the composition, which we obviously don't want that. But now I will lock these parts to this side of my composition. As you see the effect here and right here, this one also here, because they need to remain intact. Here, sorry, this one also here. I will lock this object on the top left of my composition, and my sentence is here, my curved line here, and right now if I smallen the size of my composition, as you see, the objects don't move out of the composition, except this one I didn't choose, and they will remain as they were inside of the composition. And okay, as you see, when we play it, it doesn't affect anything, and we'll be doing very good job at it. This was it, the responsive tool extension made by Pixcode developers. I hope you enjoy it and find it very useful, as we did.